Good evening, I'm Brendan Miller. Thanks for joining us. There's still no updates on 32-year-old Randall Jack, who was reported missing back in November. Thunder Bay Police held a media conference with his family this morning, once again asking for the public's assistance in finding him. Jessica Clement reports.
There still has been no sign of Randall Jack, who was reported missing on November 24th. Thunder Bay Police say the 32-year-old hasn't been in contact with his family since early October, and there's concern for his well-being.
It's very unlike Randall not to touch base with family or friends, and as we are in the winter months here now, we're quite concerned for his welfare.
Detective Kevin Bradley was joined by members of Jack's family Saturday morning, who came down from Big Grassy First Nation. They hosted a media conference asking once again for the public's assistance.
We're trying to look for him. He's been missing for over 3 months now, and we're all worried about him, and we just want to know that he's okay. And yeah, he's got a lot of family. His kids miss him, his mom, dad, all of us. We all miss him.
Jack's aunt, Krista, describes him as kind, humble, and loving, and says he always makes an effort to stay in touch with family members. Bradley says unfortunately there are no updates to the ongoing investigation, but they do have some information about where he would frequent.
So we know we frequented the Picton Avenue Blucher area, and that was sort of his last area that he would reside. We also know Randall to be frequently on his bike through downtown, both in Port Arthur and Fort William downtown areas, but he hasn't been seen in any of those areas since that time. If anybody has any information where he may be residing or who he may be with, or has seen him anywhere, we'd like if people have video surveillance potentially that might still be available, that could help us locate maybe where he might be.
Jack is described as a 6-foot-tall Indigenous man with a thin build, short black hair, brown eyes, and a fair complexion. Anyone with information is asked to contact police or Crime Stoppers. Jessica Clement, TBT News.
Thunder Bay City Council has approved $3 million for local nonprofits. The money will sustain the Community, Youth, and Cultural Funding Program for 2025. Programs like Boys and Girls Club and Shelter House benefit from the funding. For every dollar invested in the program, the city leveraged nearly $6 in other grant funding and earned revenue. City Coordinator of the Community Services Department, Callie Hemsworth, says this funding is vital for these organizations.
We have organizations that come to us and say we have a funding shortfall from another level of government, and so in some cases the city is being asked to pick that up. I know that there are organizations that are still recovering from the pandemic, with donations being down, starting to come back up a little bit, rising costs like inflation. I would say all of our organizations are struggling with that right now for sure. So it does put some pressure on this program. We are hearing quite a bit with the rising costs and revenues being down in some ways.
Parents with little ones entering kindergarten can now attend some fun and engaging events this coming week. Both the Lakehead District and Thunder Bay Catholic School Boards are hosting kindergarten information nights, making the big step for kids and parents a little easier. Vasilios Bellos has the details.
As many parents will say, they grow up so fast. Maybe so fast that their first year of kindergarten may sneak up on you. Well, to get parents and their little ones ready for the big step in their learning careers, the Lakehead District School Board is hosting a kindergarten information session Monday at Ecole Elsie McGill. The drop-in event from 5:30 to 7 will feature engaging activities for the kids and important information for the parents.
It's a super exciting night for families and students. It's the start of their educational journey.
Superintendent of Education Heather Harris says it's a great way to get students more comfortable about beginning kindergarten.
School staff there, board staff from our different departments, as well as community partners. And the whole goal is to get students started on the right foot. So to get them excited about school, but also to provide any supports, information that they might need to get them off to a good start.
Parents won't be able to register their children for kindergarten at the events, with that process now done through the school board's websites. The Kindergarten Information Night also provides some peace of mind for the parents, many of which will be sending their kids to school for the first time.
it is their first glimpse of their educational journey. It's the start. So it's a chance to meet all of our elementary school principals will be there to talk to transportation, about busing. I think families, what they really want to know is that their students are going to be safe, that they're going to make friends, that they're going to have fun, and they're going to get a great education. So anything that we can do to help set parents' mind at ease, to provide them the information that they're looking for, we'll be ready to do that on Monday.
Meanwhile, the Thunder Bay Catholic School Board also has a pair of kindergarten information nights planned for this coming week. Those are happening on Tuesday at 6 p.m. at St. Martin's School and at 6 p.m. Wednesday at St. Bernard School. Vasilios Bellos, TBT News.
Lakehead University welcomed its newest students with a Community Connections Fair in the Agora Center during their orientation week. It was an opportunity to meet local organizations and student clubs, which help students transition smoothly into post-secondary life. Jaden Billick reports.
Approximately 350 new students have started their first week at Lakehead University as of Monday, and many are looking for ways to connect with their campus and city. Director of Student Success at LU, Paula Jean Broderick, says the Community Connections Fair brought together local businesses, community leaders, and campus organizations to give students a head start on building a network of support.
So the reason that's beneficial is that students don't only live their lives on campus, they are part of the community as a whole, and so getting them connected with our partners is really important because they integrate and become part of the community more so than just staying on campus.
Students got a taste of local resources like Popeye supplements, clothing from Gear Up for Outdoors, and organizations like United for Literacy showcasing their services. One highlight from the event was CIBC offering student bundles and credit cards with a free $50 gift card to ensure students are well equipped to manage their finances as they start their university journey. Community General Manager from CIBC, Donna Stubbs, talks about the students' response.
Very well, very good. I think all of our staff are pretty friendly. A lot of them were international students or students at one point in the very recent past, so they understand what they're going through and how to speak to them and how to get them the best offer.
Policing representatives were also in attendance, as both Thunder Bay and Anishinaabe Police Services were there presenting students with information about recruitment. Recruitment Constable Chris Poling with Thunder Bay Police says his goal is to give more career options and a different perspective of what their service has to offer.
So it's important to show that there is a lot more to our service than just being a police officer. There's many different avenues that they can pursue throughout their career, and many different options outside of being just a police officer. I encourage everyone to come by these job fairs and see what we're all about.
Broderick says Lakehead University is always looking for ways of expanding their reach with students and integrating them with the Thunder Bay experience, as newcomers want to further explore the city outside of the campus. Jaden Billick, TBT News.
A corporation owned by 10 First Nations in the Rainy River District is moving forward with a plan to produce low-carbon transportation fuels from wood waste. The WB Clean Energy Corporation received $2.25 million this week from the federal government's Clean Fuels Fund to conduct an engineering study for a commercial plant in Fort Frances. The proposed plant would transform waste from the 1.5 million hectare Boundary Waters forest, such as bark, sawdust, and logging debris, into airline fuel, diesel, and naphtha. WBCE has been working with lumber producers and other stakeholders in the district to secure feedstock for the proposed biorefinery. The funding announcement was made by Thunder Bay Rainy River MP Marcus Pulowski, who says it's another example of how the people of northwestern Ontario will continue to benefit from the green transportation. The proposed biorefinery could produce 20 million liters of low-carbon fuels annually using regional wood waste. The Thunder Bay Art Gallery held an opening reception for a new Indigenous art exhibit. The art includes historical facts meshed with created narratives and encourages conversation. Emma Chilton has more.
The exhibition of Gagon IDW, They Talk to Each Other, was created by artists now Migazy Johnson, Joel Richardson, and their creative team. The two artists are based outside of Toronto and started their exhibit tour in Barrie and will end in Kitchener. The art was in the making for years and extends beyond the artwork to include a conversation series among the artists and visitors. Johnson and Richardson says that the exhibit displays different art mediums like videos, projections, wheat paste murals, and 2D art.
That echoes throughout the artwork as well. It's almost like we're reconciling two very different mediums and forms of painting and creating, and what better way to challenge my own practice than to experiment and explore all of these different mediums and techniques that like Joel has taught me over the years as well. So for myself, it's about pushing myself further as well.
Because this show represents years and years of work and us hanging out together, creating together, experimenting together, and tackle some challenging things, right, in a fun way.
Visitors are welcome to join in the conversation or simply listen and learn together. Virginia Eichhorn, project curatorial collaborator, says that the art provides a safe and supported environment for conversation.
Well, we were really excited to be able to have the Thunder Bay Art Gallery participate. A huge part of what we're trying to do with this project is to get discussions around what does reconciliation really mean? How can we come together to look at what our shared past is and create ways forward in a positive, symbiotic, and supportive way? Most of the projects that we've done to date have been more down in southern Ontario, and so we're really excited to be able to bring this up north.
Residents can view the art at the Art Gallery until mid-April.